Welcome back to Attingham Park for episode 9, The Origins of Feldcorp. Good morning everyone. Here we are, it's coming up towards 6:30 on the morning of day 3 midsummer. As you just saw, we did complete a few contracts last night, specifically some baling ones, and as you can see here, we got quite a few bales left over from them. In fact, we've got 7 in that stack and a full stack of 16 up there, which is very nice. So we got 23 silage bales on the go. Now I do need to get myself one of them little sensor jobbies so we can actually sense all that stuff and find out how well they're doing. And we're probably going to have to get a telehandler to move some of those. But yes, that worked out pretty good for us. And as you can see, the money's gone up to 109 and a bit. So what we're doing today is we're off up the shop in the McCormick because we picked up a couple of bits of kit last night. Specifically, what we got so far, at least. Let me just hop out and get stuck in the hedge and do the old bollards. Yeah, specifically what we got last night was a new seeder, or an actual seeder, because I think all we got is a potato planter. But yeah, we got an actual seeder and a seed tank that was on sale in the classifieds for not too much money. I think the total cost was probably less than 20 grand for the pair, and it's a nice 6 meter Horsch Joker, I think is the model. It's one of those Horsch ones that you can either run on the back of a seed cart, or you can actually use it on the back of a tractor that's got a seed tank on the front of it. Now the funny thing is, the seed tank that was on sale isn't exactly the matching one. It's a Kuhn brand, I believe, Kuhn. We'll call it Kuhn just to avoid any sort of issues with the old video thingamabobbers. But yeah, so we got that as well. It's like a 1600 litre, something like that. So that's pretty cool. And we've picked up a few more contracts again today. There was a nice mowing contract out there to use a one of the Krona actual self-propelled mowers, but sadly that had already disappeared by the morning, so we couldn't get that. But what we've got is some fertilising contracts, and we've got a couple of medium, small fertilising ones, but we've also got a couple of herbiciding contracts, which is interesting, because, I mean, I know it's essentially the same as just spraying a field with fertiliser, but I figured we'd take them on and give them a shot, just for the sake of doing something different. So what we're doing now, we're just on the way up to, obviously in the McCormick we've got the trailer on the back and the little forklift thing, because we're going to empty out the sprayer that we'd left up at the shop the other day, and refill it with herbicide. So partly it's to do the contract. Also, we're looking at actually purchasing another field for ourselves. And it's not the biggest of fields, and it's also not the nearest of fields, but it does have a pretty decent yield on it, which is good. It's projected yield, I guess, is the thing for that. It's got like, I want to say 109% yield on it, something like that. Projected based on like the soil type and everything. We are looking good here. Let's zip out quick. I do like this little McCormick. It's pretty quick off the mark, and got a good little turning radius for a small, like 105 horsepower tractor. So I'm pretty happy with that. But yes, so what we are going to do is purchase that field in just a little bit once we get to the store and get everything sorted out here. So let me pull in here, totally not signalling, which I should have done, but there was no one coming, so I don't think there was anyone behind us either. Or at least that's the plan we're going with, so yeah. But yeah, here we go. So if I park up the old trailer, let's say about there. Yeah, no, backwards, stop. Okay, let's pop out the old, what do you call it, the ramps there, and yeah, let's get out of this, unhook this, unstrap this, and a handy feature I did find out about this is it's actually pretty light, the Lifter 400 Pro. Now, we can't pick it up by itself, but when it's got the old big bag handler from the CSZ pack, we can pick it up and we can move it around, which is like really handy and probably a bit cheaty, but you know, we work with what we've got. So we'll pop that there just for now, because first things first, we need to grab that some of that kit from back here. Now I'm hoping that it's gonna let us pop this down without unfolding it, because if it doesn't let us unfold it, that's going to be really awkward. In fact, I think what I'll do is just try and fudge it a little bit like that. Oh no, I'm going to have to lift it, I think. Okay, I don't need to actually unfold it, but yeah, it may not like it when we... what have we got caught on? How are we? Oh, we made it all the way to the back. Yeah, that's what it was. Can't actually see because we're kind of... oh dear, going a bit wobbly there. Okay, let's try that again. Oh, this is not going well, is it? Okay. Okay, well that works. So, let's pop that there. And, let's see... okay, that's on there pretty straight. Lovely. I didn't mean to hit that. But what we can actually do, I think, is... yeah, this little tractor should have a front hitch on it. I think it's got front 3-point. I think it does. Yeah. Because then, obviously, we've got to empty this thing out, so... let's start this up and get her moved out from this little cluster in the corner here. Let's sort of drive over in here, unload everyone. Can't see anything out the back, I keep forgetting that. So, let us... oh, we don't actually have much in here, that's handy. Let's see, is it this one? Oh, there we go. So yeah, okay, we've only got the one IBC then. That was much less hassle than I was expecting. So yeah, lovely. But yeah, the other thing we are going to do, since we're putting herbicide in this now, let's just turn that off there. Oh yeah, let's get that field while I think about it. Otherwise I'll forget. Because the thing is, this is a field we're going to get, field 1. It's currently got wheat in it, and it's a decent sized field. I mean, it's we go and look to buy it here. It is 2.8 hectares. I have no idea what that is in acres, but I'm not sure why it's showing in hectares, although I did set it to acres. Anyway, yeah, so there's that, and it's got it's 125% expected yield. That's brilliant, that is. Obviously, the slight problem with it, as you saw there, is it's got weeds all over it. So, part of the plan is to herbicide that, and also herbicide, what fields was it? Oh, these two. These two very, very weedy fields, because obviously, even though it's in seasons, it's doing the base game weeding option, so the whole field is totally ruined with the weeds, but that's fine. So yeah, so we are going to purchase field 1 because we've got a harvester and we can totally harvest that when it's ready, and wheat's coming up in the not too distant future, I think. Let's check the thing. Oh yeah, we've only got a couple of days left and wheat should start coming in. And then selling price for the wheat, it's at its lowest at the moment, so yeah, that just figures, doesn't it? So we'll have to consider purchasing a silo of some sort, maybe? Yeah, we'll have to think about that. I mean, we can see how much we get off it as well. If it's not a lot, then we might just be able to pop it on the floor somewhere, or just buy a small silo. But yeah, so that's our field purchase. We are now down to 50 grand, and it's only going to get worse from here. Now, where did that? Oh, it's over here, the IBC. I assume, no, I cannot pick that up. That's fine. Let's grab this little doodad, just drag it over here, and hook it up to the back of this. There we go, cables as well, and okay, that's a better view. Lovely. Now I've just got to remember how to use this thing. I'm sure it's got something in it somewhere to tilt. Does anything else need to be hooked up to it? Let's have a look. No, those are already attached. Okay. Ah, I remember, it's that one. Okay. Fair enough. Not a problem though. Let's just grab this thing. Back up to it there. Okay, well, which way is down? Oh, I'm not on the right tool, am I? Oh, there we go. We can lower it as well. Okay. Pop the old straps on. Raise it back up. And get that on there too. Okay, and in fact, what I think we might do is get a bit straighter as well. Yeah, we'll pop that on there. And do a bit of a cheeky one. I think we're as far back as we can, yeah. Wedge that in there good and proper. And see if it will let us detach this. It did, lovely. And we are going to totally strap the whole thing down now. And yeah, I don't think that'll attach to anything, but hopefully it's wedged in. So that's fine. So we can get that out of here. And the other interesting, I mean I call it interesting, the other thing we are going to do as well, in order to do those fertilising contracts, what we are going to do is purchase another bit of kit from the, I've got to get out of here now, and of course we can't see much of anything without there, and that's probably going to start going all over the shop if we're not careful. Yeah, got a fair bit of weight on the back of that. Let's give it the old help window now. So, helps if I actually put the ramps up too, doesn't it? Just merrily dragging them all across the car park. Okay. Oh my goodness, if I slide that back just a bit. Is it going to slide back? Not really. Oh well. Yeah, so this is going back to the farm. I'm trying to think what order we're doing this in now. Oh, yeah, that's gone a bit wrong, hasn't it? Oh, I see what we're getting caught on. Okay, we can't turn too sharply because we're going to get caught on that. Now, I wonder, will it be cheeky and let me slide this back? It does, and it's falling off. That's not what I wanted to happen at all. There we go. Okay, and if we strap that back down again, maybe I can just back up a bit. And yeah, that'll give us a little bit of wiggle room with that, hopefully. Okay. Now I've got to get my brain working again, and that's not an easy task. Okay, let's just park this here for a minute while I try and think about what we're doing. So we're gonna need herbicide. That's what we're gonna need. Yeah, we got the tanks, the wheels on this. So let's get some herbicide. Herbicide. Where are we? Yeah, we'll get some of these. So we'll go with 3, I think, because we're gonna need to fill it up pretty good, I think. And I don't know if we can actually reach one from here. No, that would have been too easy. Okay, let's pull up here. There we go, get one in. I think that's going to be the front, well, the tank's on the tractor itself, so that should be fine. And yeah, the seed tank, in fact I might pick that up with this in just a second. Once we get everything done, I'll just make sure this has the 3-point on the front and get that all sorted there. Okay, we got that all sorted, and we've got the, I bought another thing of herbicide as well, and we've got the seed. Actually, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We are going to drop the seed tank off the front of this, and hop in the old McCormick quick, and drop the weight off of the front here. Because we'll switch them around. Because the big, this thing here is not going to need to have that seed tender or seed hopper thing stuck on the front of it. We'll grab it with this and let's give it a little nudge around there. Okay, there we go. Lovely. It's kind of going to roll on the ground a little bit in places, but yeah, we can get that all back down to. Oh dear. Yeah, it's not going quite according to plan there. I should have put stuff the other way round, but then, yeah, might not have actually fit properly. Okay, are you going to let us attach you? You are splendid. Let's raise you up. Yep, so we'll leave that there. We'll get that back down to the workshop HQ area later on. So yeah, first thing we are going to take this wobbly little thing over to our new field, give it a bit of a spray, and then we'll head over and do those contracts as well. Make sure we're not going to run into anything or get run into, because these people drive like nutters around here. Yeah. And possibly today we may be upgrading this tractor as well. It depends on how we go. But the new well, we're looking at getting a new fertiliser. That's the other thing, because obviously we're now using this for herbiciding at the moment, and as a way to perhaps advance the fertilising contracts a little bit quicker, since there's a lot of them at the moment. What we're thinking of doing is getting a a dry fertiliser spreader. The old pellets or whatever it is that it flicks out left and right. So we're looking at some options there, and I think this is where we turn. Yeah, this is it. We've done some contracts up on this field before, I'm sure. So yeah, we're going to, let's see. I forget which one. Well, I haven't decided. I guess I should say which one we're getting yet. There's a couple of options in there. We should be good to drive on this because we got the. Yeah, got. Please tell me that didn't just crush it. Oh no, it's just folded over. Okay. While that's opening up, let's have a quick look here in the crop or fertilizer thing. Now, there was the standard Bradol one, which could get, but kind of expensive. Toyed with the idea of one of these, but all it does is fertilizer. And I think I forgot to put a few different mods in, because I know there's some that some of these ones that you can pop on the 3-point link that do a bit better. It's kind of like the exact GeoSpread, but I think it's like a modded version of it. The 82 Studios one was tempting, because that does lime as well. I think possibly what we're going for is either... Yeah, we might get this one, the Amazon. It's a bit on the spendy side, so obviously we're going to need narrow tyres on it. Well, no, I say that, we don't need to get narrow tyres, but if we want to get the full size, that's going to be just under 50 grand, which we can't actually afford at the moment. But I was possibly thinking of this Bandiranti Virtuous 15,000. It's a pretty cheap price. Now, it is 125 horsepower, and we can't actually do that with any of our tractors at the moment, so we'll have to upgrade the engine in the MB track. So it's either that one, or let's see. I mean, technically we could get that, but that's really expensive. And pull it with a pickup truck. So it's the Bandiranti. Oh, was it this one? Oh, it is this one. I did have it installed. Oh no, it wasn't this one. The other one has the adjustable thing. But yeah, there was this one, the Kuhn Acura 10,000, which is not bad. This one obviously does lime as well, and fertilizer and manure, which is interesting. There was a couple of these ones here as well, and the other one was this, the Stara Hercules 10,000 with an extra 2,000 for a little bit. So that one's quite tempting as well. That's actually quite a good one. I have used that before, so we might consider that. Essentially, the reason to go for one of these is it's much cheaper on us for the fertilizer. Now we've got the silo point at back at base, and also it goes a lot faster. So, oh, this has unfolded by now. Lovely. Yeah, so it actually goes a fair bit faster than this. So if we're doing roughly the same, because this is 28 meters, or those spreaders we were looking at, they'll do a solid 24 meters, I think they were. I've looked already and completely forgotten what it just said. Now I'm just going to spray the whole field with this stuff, pretty much, because there's weeds dotted about all over it, as you can see. I mean, I could potentially get away with not going all the way up into this section, because I don't think there's anything up here. Yeah, it doesn't look like it, but we'll go a fair chunk of the way up and just give it a quick turn. Yeah, we don't need to use too much spray because we are going to need it when we get down to the other place. But yeah, I've completely lost my track now, what I was talking about. I know it was those spreaders. Oh yeah, because this is 28 meter width, and those spreaders are like 24 meters, but they go at almost double the speed. We're looking at 12 miles an hour instead of 7. So that's going to make going through these contracts ridiculously quick. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, you know, it's only 5 miles an hour difference, but when you can do, you know, not quite double, but almost double the spread width in, you know, an extra, almost double the time, and not quite double the time, but you know, close, then it's going to make, particularly on these big fields like 15 and 16, it should make doing them a whole lot tastier. Because as good as the money is, it is a bit slow in this thing. Even with 28 meters, it feels slow. Okay, so there are weeds, a big chunk of weeds up here. Okay. Yeah, now these will just drive straight up and then stop and turn around. There we go, got rid of all of them. But yeah, one of the other things we're looking at getting to is the crop sensor thing. Again, it depends on if anything goes up on sale on the classifieds, because we're not needing it immediately, but we will need it before too long. So we will have to have a look and keep our eyes out on stuff, because obviously this field will need to scan, our little potato fields will need to scan as well. There's a lot of scanning to be done. So yes, I think yeah, I'll carry on with this now, get this little field finished, and then possibly do a little brief musical interlude on the other two fields. And you know, because you've seen me spraying a bunch of times already, you probably don't want to watch me spraying an entire field with weed killer, but I mean, you might, I know, you never know. But yeah, oh, this thing's crawling along up the hill, bless it. It definitely needs an upgrade. Yeah, I think we'll do that. And so I want to say it was about 10 grand for the extra engine. Okay, those ones. Oh, there are some right up here too. Cheeky little buggers right up at the end. We'll make sure we get you. There we go. Lovely. Just sprayed the hedge a little bit there. Okay, let's just double check. Oh, we missed a bit. Don't fold it away just yet. What did I miss then? Oh, it was right up here, wasn't it? See, I should have gone up here, shouldn't I? And not just tried to cut a big patch off. It's my own fault. I mean, we're kind of leaving a spot there anyway, but yeah, that looks like we are all weed free now, I think. So that's cool. Lovely. Yeah, so I shall I'll probably go and pick up another quick bit of squirt on the way through the shop just there, and yeah, get another barrel of herbicide, and head on down and do those fields, have a quick musical interlude, and then see you all again back at the shop when we are picking up whatever spreader we are going to get. So yep, see you all again shortly. Okay, so we got all those contracts finished, as you saw there, the two spraying ones. We got back to headquarters here and found out our massive stack of bales had a bit of an unfortunate mishap and fell over. It is lying currently on the back side of the hedge on this little bit of land here, so we are going to have to tidy it up a bit. Now, we had to come around the long way because obviously it's blocking the gate at the moment and these things are pretty heavy. So we got the tractor down here. We're just going to pull them out away a little bit and then open the gate up, get them pulled through and take them back around and see about stacking them up in the yard a tiny bit better. Obviously this now negates the need for a telehandler imminently, or some sort of doodad, but not telehandler. Oh yeah, telehandler, front loader, something along those lines. But yeah, I think we will have to get them sort of housed somewhere safer at some point. I'm not sure if it was the wind or quite what it was that had done that for us. But oh yeah, and since we did mention the contracts, let's cash all those out. There we go, we got 37 and 46. Now, there was technically a small problem with them, insofar as what had happened was, well, I'm not entirely sure what had happened, but for some reason it wasn't updating it, which was weird. Like, as you saw on the little sort of replay video there, we did go ahead and spray all the contracts, all the fields rather, but for some peculiar reason it just was not we can get all of them. Yeah, it wasn't registering that we were spraying the field, which was really weird and somewhat annoying, if I'm honest. But there wasn't much we could do about that, so we basically just had to sort of fiddle about with it off screen and get it fixed, as it were. So I'm going to try and tip these back over. Yeah, that one's good. And one on the back there will probably just knock off. However, we have decided what we're going to do for the what was it? We were talking about getting a sprayer earlier. Well, not a sprayer, a spreader. Oh dear, this has not gone well. This has not gone quite as planned, this has it? Oh dear. Sigh. Oops. I mean, it's kind of what happens when you use a bag lifter, I suppose, and not an actual thing. But we'll get it sorted. Are we just about out of the way enough from the gate? But we'll get it sorted here quick. Okay, we got that all sorted now. Made a bit of space here. So let's shove that gate through the bush and see about getting these things back out, or back around into our little area here. Now, we don't have the biggest lifting range on this, so what we're going to do is just stack them 3 high, and probably should get that front weight on here off of the other tractor, but we should be okay for now. Yeah, we're basically going to stack them up 3 high, and where they're 4 high, they'll just have to deal with that later. I mean, we can kind of manage them 4 high, but it's not easy. It's very, very tricky. Yeah, that's let's see if we can get this one up 4 high, because now I'm curious. If we do it all the way down, maybe we can. Yeah, watch me just go and make a complete liar out of myself. Get a bit more purchase on it than that. There we go. Okay, all the way up, all the way back, all the way up. nobody saw that go through the roof of the thing there, did they? No. Okay, I don't know, it looks like we might be able to do this. It's going to be tricky. Yeah, that is very close. Probably a regular front loader or bale fork or something would be a slightly better option, but there we go, we got it on. Lovely, let's go get the other three quick and get them set up, and then we'll run up to the shop and have a look at what we are going to purchase. Lovely, no problem, that's that all sorted then. Okay, so I have to pop this in here out of the way. And we did upgrade the MB track as well, because it was having a little bit of a problem pulling the entire... Oh, excuse me while I climb out of the tractor there. Let's hop over to the back here, get this disconnected. Lovely. Oh dear, that's fallen over a bit, but that's fine. Yeah, so we did... Hang on. There we go, lovely. Yeah, we did upgrade the MB track just a bit because it's it was having a little bit of a struggle pulling this Corel sprayer when everything was loaded up with the herbicide and all the fertilizer. You know, it was just having a bit too difficult a time. I'll figure out how to drop this off quick. Ah, there we go. Lovely. And the weight we are just going to pop over here for now, because I don't think we'll need it. Drop that down. Let that go. And we do also have our skip we need to take up. And so we'll take that with us now. Since we're going up to the store, then someone can go grab it later. We'd left that fuel tank thing up there as well. So... yeah, we'll bring this with us and pick up that tank and... oh crikey, that was a bit rude. He saw us coming out and just went straight for it, didn't he? That blue car, how rude. Okay, we shall... yeah, so we'll get to the shop, we'll buy the Bandierante and we'll leave this skip up there with the fuel tank on it, and then probably head up with the truck later on and just pick it up and do all that good stuff. Alright, cheers lads, thank you very much. Lovely. Okay, so we've got our new Bandierante right there, and we parked the skip up just here with the it's got a 5,000 litre diesel tank on it at the moment, and we just popped the truck here into tractor, whatever this thing is. We just popped it into the shop for a quick tyre change, wheel upgrade, or switch over to standard wheels for now. And yeah, we'd already previously upgraded it to 125 horsepower, so it should be dead on even for this thing, because this is supposed to require 125 horsepower to work. So we shall see what it does. I don't think it's got any weird other functions, does it? No, turn it on, open the cover, yeah, there we go. Yeah, nothing else. Okay. Now, we may at some point need to consider getting a front weight, but we'll see how that goes. So yeah, let's head back down to our facility to fill it up with fertilizer, because we have that lovely silo down there that is going to be a bit cheaper than getting it in the pallets. So we're going to leg it out quick and hope for the best. Didn't seem like anyone was coming. Yeah, it's labouring just a tiny bit pulling this at the moment, so we may have to spend another 10 grand and get the engine upgraded a bit more, up to 135 horsepower, but we'll see. It might not be too bad once it's going. It does slow down awfully quick now, which is curious, because we did attach the hoses there, so shouldn't be brakes going weird on this trailer, but there you go, we'll see. It's a lovely little trailer though. No, it's not even a trailer. Why do I keep calling it a trailer? Say spreader. Fertilizer spreader. So yeah, we'll get this down, get it filled up, and the first contract we've got is, well, we're doing 11, 12, 13 and 14. Those are our first victims. So, you know, since we've been helping these guys out, figure we'd, you know, keep helping them out, return business and all that. So that's never a bad thing. So we got good old Anthony there. He'll probably be the first one we do. Yep, so we'll get this set up and see you in a field in a little bit. Alright, here we are at field 11. Let's see how this thing does. It's kind of hard to see because of the crop being in here already, but yeah, we're getting a pretty good spread. It's a little bit less wide than the sprayer was doing, but we're going a fair bit quicker, and that is a good thing because that's going to mean we can probably knock out these fertilizing contracts a bit quicker than previously. You know, even though it's not quite as wide, we'll be getting through them quicker, so that's a good thing. And we have, we're not going through the fertilizer too quickly either, that's good. Now to fill this entire thing up from that little silo that we installed cost a massive £1,200. That's it. That was all it was, 1,200 quid. Can't beat that, eh? For 15,000 litres of fertiliser. That's just too good of an investment, I think. So yeah, we are gonna carry on doing this. We'll get this one done. Now, we are having a bit of trouble getting up the hill here with this thing being full. So, it wasn't terrible. We may consider upgrading, but we'll see. Now, I mean, we might pick up another tractor. Who knows? There has been one I had my eye on that came up not too long ago. It was earlier today, in fact. It was in the classifieds. It's an old Lamborghini. But we can't afford it at the moment. And as much as I would love to get my hands on a nice Lamborghini, the problem with that is there are other things that we definitely need to buy that we do not have already. And we've got tractors. You know, we got 2 tractors already, and we could still upgrade this one a bit more for only 10 grand. So, yeah, you know, we're definitely going to need to get a trailer at some point. We're also going to need to get a baler, and ideally, there's a lot of baling contracts going on at the moment, but what I'm thinking of doing is picking up one of the combination baler wrappers. Even though it's a round baler wrapper, yeah, they don't seem to have the combination square ones available in this area at the moment. What we could do is basically save time, and it would save quite a bit of time, I think, doing that. Because if we can bale and wrap at the same time, then you know, that'd speed things up. Even if we don't have our own mowing kit at the moment, yeah, the farmers are pretty decent in the area about letting us borrow theirs, so that wouldn't be too big of an issue. Yeah, see, we're getting kind of bogged down there again, so we may have to plump up the old 10 grand and get this thing fully modified up in the old power department, but we'll see. We shall see how we do. And it could even be just having a front weight on might help a little bit if it's having a imbalance issue coming into the turns and stuff. But we'll figure it out. Yeah, who knows, we might zip through these fertilising contracts without too much trouble and be able to afford that Lamborghini. Yeah, but there are other odds and ends that we need first. We did manage to pick up a seeder, so that's good. They're still on the lookout for some potato equipment as well. Luckily we only have small fields, so we can get away with the cheap stuff for that. That's not too big of a deal. But yeah, like I say, we are probably going to need a trailer at some point. And I mean, we could get away with the skip for a little bit, It is only 7,000 litres though, so you know it's going to mean a lot of back and forth, particularly on that wheat field if we get a decent yield off of it. Although we don't even have anywhere to store that either, which is another issue. So there's a potential silo charge as well that we may have to consider. So there's a lot that goes into starting one of these farming services empires, or sort of mini farm thing, or you know. But we've got a lot of work in this area, so I'm more than happy to do as much of that for these chaps and ladies as I can. There we go, that's that contract finished for Anthony. And we barely used 1,000 litres of fertiliser. That is awesome. Okay, let's put up to the gate here quick and cash that one in. There we go, he's a happy chap. That leaves us with 12, 13 and 14. Now to get to those, we are... Now I think there's a little ford, sort of low river crossing that we can get through around about there. The only other option is going to be to go up and around and down through the Malthouse farm. But yeah, we shall see. Because we don't own any of these fields down here, so they probably don't want us taking the back route. But anyway, yes, I shall press on with this, get these fertilising contracts done, give our new bit of kit a run for its money, and we shall meet again on another day, I think. So yeah, if you've enjoyed whatever this was, then please give us a like and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And comments are always welcomed, and if you'd like to share this video, that would be greatly appreciated. And above all, I appreciate your watching, so thank you for sticking it through to the end, as it were. And on that note, I shall see you all next time. Cheerio.